All right, good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening to you, whichever part of the world you are that you are watching me from. So this is the review of the season. That's the backlist or the Premier League review of the season. We are here to give you what happened throughout the season, the player we find most promising this season, the best player for the competition, the best manager, the best team that really performed. Some teams had expectations, but they went over their expectations. And then we're going to give you our team of the season. That's our first 11 and our subs. Very soon, my gentleman will be joining me here. And then we'll be going to give you updates on what happened throughout the whole season. So my man is joining me from Germany, Mr. Eric from Pompizarro, joining me from Germany. And my Liverpool fan too is joining me from USA, Maryland. So it's glad to have you guys on board, and good morning to you guys. Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? So I think they are connecting to their video. So probably I'm gonna start with how the season went. We had some surprising results, and then some teams really surprised us this season. They really performed to their expectations. Some did not perform to their expectation. Some teams, for the likes of Chelsea, they didn't have enough. They had the money to do transfers, but they didn't get opportunity because they had a transfer ban. By my most surprising team for the season was Sheffield United. They came from the Championship, and then they put a surprise to us all. So we are gonna give you updates on what happened throughout the season. So my man Pizarro has joined me. Hello, Pizarro. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
No bad.
Okay. So it's glad to have you here. So this season was a good season for Liverpool fans. They really did well, but I think we all had surprises this season. So which team surprised you this season throughout the competition?
Uh, for surprise can be positive. It can also be negative in the sense that Manchester City they started the season very well, and everyone thought they had already, or they were the favorites to win it again, but they couldn't. They couldn't keep it on. So let me say, Liverpool had to overtake them, and that was quite a little bit of surprise for me.
Okay, what about the small teams who got promoted to the league? The likes of Sheffield.
Normally, those the championship, I don't normally follow it, so I can't say much about that. I don't normally follow the championship, so I can't say much. The one team that was also in the Premier League, to be precise, one team that was sometimes very disturbing to most of the top teams. I can mention Watford. It got to the first half of the season, they were doing very well, and they at least let me say they also did very well.
Yeah. So I know you're a Chelsea fan. You guys didn't have the fans to do transfers this past season, but I was really impressed with how you finished on the fourth position. Even Arsenal that they bought some players in, they couldn't even finish above you. So overall, you guys did well, and then you're going back into the Champions League next season. So I want to know which your team of the season, which players did you select as your first 11, and then your substitutions, and then we can move on to the other individual awards.
For Chelsea, most of the players didn't impress me, so I can't get a full 11.
Yeah. No,
I just
I'm
can't
talking
get a
about the
full
Premier.
11.
I'm talking about the Premier League, the whole Premier League. Your best 11 and your subs.
Oh, for the 11, no surprise. I can just take Liverpool's keeper,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe for the keeper, the substitute to be Ederson. And then
Mm-hmm.
defenders to Defenders, who will I even take? Sorry, I can't be with you much because I have things to do.
Yeah, I
I
understand.
just got I just got a call to have to pick. So maybe I'll join later.
Okay, sure. So he's probably gonna join later. So for me, let me go ahead and give you how the season went. So Liverpool finished first with 99 points, almost a point to get closer to City, who finished last season, I think, with 100 points. That's the record in the Premier League. Liverpool couldn't break that record. City, surprisingly, this season, they didn't perform well. They finished with 81 points. And then United finished third with 66 points, followed by Chelsea with 66, Leicester with 62, Tottenham with 59 on the sixth position. Wolves, they're gonna miss out on the Europa League next season if they don't win it, because Arsenal won the FA Cup. They had 59 points, finishing seventh. Arsenal finished eighth, although they won the FA Cup, so they're gonna play in Europe because they won the FA Cup with 56 points. Sheffield United finished ninth with 54 points. Burnley 54 points with at the 10th position. Southampton 52 at the 11th position. Everton 49 points at the 12th position. Newcastle 44 points at the 13th position. Crystal Palace 43 points at the 14th position. Brighton 41 points at the 15th position. West Ham 39 points at the 16th position. Aston Villa 35 points at the 17th position. Bournemouth 34 points at the 18th position. Watford 34 points at the 19th position, and then Norway 21 points, and they finished last. So Bournemouth, Watford, Norwich, they got relegated. Surprisingly, Aston Villa, I knew they were gonna stay because their problem was they didn't know how to score, but they knew how to defend. So that really helped them. And then Bournemouth is very sad. They really played well this season when we started, but when we got, it's like Watford, when we got into the second half of the season, they couldn't really like perform well, and that got them eliminated from the Premier League, and then they are going back to the Championship. And I hope these three teams can go and work hard, and then can get themselves promoted back next season. So that's how the season went. Liverpool, so after 30 years, they've been crowned champions of England, and then this is their first Premier League title. But for the whole English Championship, they've won it 19 times, just one closer to Manchester United. So that's how the season went for all these teams in the Premier League. And then let me remind you that Leeds United, Fulham, and then West Bromwich Albion, they've been promoted to the Barclays or the Premier League. So that is how the season went. So I'm now about to give you my first 11. That's my best 11 and my subs. And then also I'll give you all the individual awards that I think most of the clubs or most of the players from the various clubs they deserve. So for my team of the season, I'm going with Nick Pope as a goalkeeper, Wan-Bissaka as my right back, Robertson as my left back, Van Dijk and Harry Maguire as my 4 and 5. And then I'll play Jordan Henderson as my CDM, Kevin De Bruyne as my central midfield, and then I'll play Paul Pogba as my Bruno Fernandes. I'm very sorry. Bruno Fernandes as my central attacking midfield. And then for my striking options, I have Mane on the right wing, I have Antonio Martial on the left wing, and I have Jamie Vardy as my main striker. So that's my formation. It's 4-1-2-3. So probably I'm gonna play Bruno and then De Bruyne as my two attacking midfield. Although when I'm playing, like if it was a football team, I would like to like De Bruyne step back a little bit. So it's like 4-1-2-3. So Pope as my goalkeeper, Wan-Bissaka as my right back, Robertson as my left back, Van Dijk and Maguire as my 4 and 5, Henderson as my CDM, De Bruyne, and then Bruno Fernandes as my attacking midfielders, Mane on the right, Martial on the left, and then Jamie Vardy as a striker. For my subs, I have Dean Henderson, Johnny Evans, Stretch Alexander-Arnold, Wilfred Ndidi, Raheem Sterling, Christian Pulisic, and then Danny Ainge. So that's my team of the season. I see these players really perform well for their teams and they made an impact. So that's my team of the season. Very soon, my guys will be joining, and then they can go ahead and give their team of the season. As Pizarro join, he has to carry a shot because he has something to do and he's gonna join later. So that's my team of the season. And then I'm gonna give my individual awards too. So for my individual awards, my manager of the season, I gave it to Sheffield United manager Chris Waddle. They got promoted to the Premier League and then they did really well. They stayed up, but they finished well. They finished in the top half. That's the first thing. And that's good for a championship team to just come straight into the Premier League and then they finish top half. And that's very impressive from Sheffield United. My player of the season, probably Sadio Mane. I know they're gonna give it to Jordan Henderson, but I see Mane as a player who really hosts the Liverpool team and really performs well. So Sadio Mane is my player of the season. If Bruno has started the season with United, probably I would have gone for Bruno Fernandes. But from the way how the season went for Liverpool, I take Mane as my player of the season. And then young player of the season is for Mason Greenwood. So an academy player coming straight into the United team. He was not a first team starter, but when he was given the opportunity, he utilized his chance and he became a first team starter. So my young player of the season goes to Mason Greenwood. And my goalkeeper of the season goes to Nick Pope of Burnley. He did well this season. He won the Golden Globe, so that was very good from Nick Pope. So my goalkeeper of the season probably is for Nick Pope. Yeah, and then we'll move on to my signing of the season. So it goes to Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes is the signing of the season. He came to United in January and he came to make a great impact to the team. My flop of the season is Nicolas Pepe. He was bought with a huge sum of money from Lille, came to Arsenal, couldn't perform to expectation, and he got some time. He even came from the bench, so he's the flop of the season. And then my worst signing is Ndombele. I think he started well under Mauricio Pochettino, but when Jose Mourinho came, he didn't perform well to his expectation, and Mourinho has started going on the player. But I know maybe he might decide to stay or he might decide to leave Spurs and then go find like something else to do. So probably that's it. That's my individual awards for the season too. So I gave you my team of the season. I gave you my individual awards for the season. So that's it. Very soon my guys will be joining and they'll be bringing their updates, and then we'll see how it goes. Yeah. So this is the Premier League review of the season. As I always say, Liverpool, after 30 years, they've won the league. Manchester United, last season they played in the Europa League. They've qualified for the Champions League. They're going to play in the Champions League. Although they're in the Europa League and they're in the quarterfinals now. They are playing against Copenhagen, and Wolves also are in the Europa League. So Wolves, if they want to qualify for Europe next season, they need to win the Europa League. Else they can, because Arsenal finished 8th, although Arsenal finished 8th, but they won the FA Cup, and Wolves finished 7th. So if Arsenal had not won the FA Cup, right, they would have gone to Europe. But Arsenal won the FA Cup, so there's no chance for Wolves. Yeah. So I'm waiting for my guys to join, and then we'll go from there. So after this one, we're gonna set another. We're gonna come with our preview of next season, but probably we're gonna go through the preview of the other major leagues in the world. Yeah. So probably I think we are having some connections with my guys. So yeah. So that's my team of the season and my substitutions and my individual awards for um, the various players who performed well this season. As I said, Jimmy Vardy, he won the Woking. So probably I'm gonna like making my striker Anthony Martial. I think he's the player of the season for Manchester United. Sadio Mane, he should be the player of the season for Liverpool. Bruno Fernandes, he came to make an impact, but probably Martial did well more than him because Martial started the season with United. Kevin De Bruyne, a player who since he joined City has been performing every year. Just the last season he had a little bit of injury together with this season, but he still came back to perform well. Henderson, a leader for Liverpool, did well, did great this season. He deserves to be a captain of Liverpool and they deserve the title. I'm a United fan, but Liverpool this season, they really deserve a title. And Wan-Bissaka signing from Crystal Palace 50 million, he came to make an impact. He did well at the right back. Last season, United considered 56 goals. This season, they considered like 36. That's a great job from him. Van Dijk, very good. He made Liverpool defense very solid. They did well this season. Harry Maguire, 80 million, signing from Leicester City. He did his best for the club. And I think he's part of the reason why United didn't concede so many goals this season. So I'm gonna like play him alongside Van Dijk because Van Dijk is fast and Maguire is good on the ball. So that's what you need as centre backs. So you need to get one who's good on the ball and one who is fast. Look at Lindelof and Maguire. They don't like fit each other because they are all good on the ball, but they are not. Both of them are not fast. Just like Lindelof is a little bit faster than Maguire, but you need to get one who has like pace and can run and catch strikers. You get it? And then Robertson, very good, very fantastic player. He made so many assists this season for Liverpool, so he deserves to be in my team. And Nick Pope, great saves, good clean sheets, he deserves it. So that's my team of the season. My substitutions. Henderson, he performed well. Okay. When I started, I made Henderson my goalkeeper, but I sat down. I said no, Pope. That's Nick Pope won the Golden Glove, so he deserves to be my goalkeeper of the season. Johnny Evans really performed well. Leicester City, when we started the league, they did well. When we got to December, the second half of the season, they dipped down. And then Trent Alexander-Arnold, he didn't really he did well. He did really well for Liverpool this season. Yeah, but I think he was outplayed by Robertson. By this guy behind free kicks, behind corners, his crosses, everything was accurate. But I picked Wan-Bissaka over him mainly because the job of a right back is to defend. Although Wan-Bissaka does not know how to attack well, but for me, because I know I have a sharp attack, when I'm making my team, I really make my defense strong. And Alexander cannot defend like Wan-Bissaka. Raheem Sterling really performed well this season for City, but on any day I'll pick Martial over Sterling. And then Wilfred Ndidi, Leicester City, I was gonna put indeed for my CDM, but I probably went for Henderson. And then Christian Pulisic, very fantastic player, really performed well this season for Chelsea. And then Danny Ings, very great player. This season really did well. And then he scored. I was if Danny Ings had won the goal king, I would have striked him because he was chasing Vardy, but Vardy together, Vardy playing alongside Mane and Martial, he's gonna get so many goals because Mane will create, Martial will create. So you see Bruno Fernandes and De Bruyne, two creative midfielders, together with two great wing players and then a great striker. Yeah, so Vardy shooting, killing, he's good. You get it? So that's my team of the season. Chris Waddle, my manager of the season. My player of the season is Sadio Mane. As I already told you, my young player of the season is Mason Greenwood. My flop of the season is Nicolas Pepe. My sign of the season is Bruno Fernandes. And then my worst sign of the season is Ndombele. So that's it. And thanks you guys for joining me. And then see you guys next time for the preview show of the 2020-2021 season. It was nice having you guys. Have a great day and God be with you all. Thank you.